How you doing, guys?
Good.
How you
Well,
doing,
how are
boys?
you doing, Danny? I'm ready for your explosive rant, mate.
I was more explosive earlier on, but I've just kind of calmed down a bit now. But no, look, do you know what? It's tonight. I think the biggest person who's made the biggest mistake is Ange. I think look, everyone's discussed it. Everyone's kind of said what everyone is thinking, right? Why the fuck has he made 9 changes today? Like, what in your right mind like Brain just said? Why would you change 9 players, right? And then tell the fans, oh yeah, we're going to try and make changes to win the game. I thought that he was going to go make 2 or 3 changes at maximum, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, Iggy, that right now this team was in a little momentum, was building slowly, right? You could see something happening. Why completely disrupt that and blow it up and change nearly the whole bloody team, right? What the fuck is the point in doing that? It's for me, right? Look, you can't. It's as much as like you want to blame Levy. I think Levy is partly to blame for this as well. I don't think it's just all on Ange. I think Ange is probably tonight for his decisions. He could have had the balls to actually kept the same 11 for whatever reason he didn't do it. I think there's definitely like Brian said, right? He's never made more than 4 or 5 changes in a cup match, right? In it from his first 11 that he usually picks, right? So why all of a sudden he's making nearly a whole team change, a whole first 11 changing? What in your right mind would you do that, right? Do you know what? As soon as I saw that team sheet tonight, I knew that we weren't going to win tonight. I knew it. And I was even saying on some of the shows before, if we go to penalties, we're finished. We're done. I knew it straight away. I knew it. And then as soon as you see fucking Davinson Sanchez walk up, right, that's what pissed me off even more. Why it pissed me off, right, is the fact that guy, right, and look, it's not his fault he took the penalty, right? He is the worst player on a football in our club, and they've allowed him to go up and take a penalty in a high-pressured moment like that, right? When you've got players like Højbjerg and other players who can bloody well go and take a fucking penalty better than he can, right? And they let him go and do it so that he can take the flack if he missed. And they were like, oh, they're in the background and no one knows about it. It just, do you know what, right? This club's got a bunch of pussies in it. Honestly, I'm fucking fed up with it, right? Like, honestly, if we have one injury to that first 11, everything capitulates. Everything. Just imagine, right? Look at that squad tonight, right? I'll tell you what, the squad that played against Man United. Take Mickey van der Ven out and put Ben Davies in that back line. It's completely different. Completely different. We cannot play the same way that we can play with Mickey van der Ven in that team, for example. He was probably the best player on the pitch tonight. He was trying to do absolutely everything himself. And it was unfortunate for the own goal, right? But let's be honest, the guy who caused the goal was Sanchez. He looked like he wasn't even on the pitch. He looked like he was like trying to do a 360 twirl and stuff. Like he was like dancing on the pitch. He's like dancing on ice, Bambi on ice again. Literally, what the hell was he doing? He was just spinning around like, where am I? Where am I? What am I doing? Like, what is wrong with these players? Like, I'm honestly, there has to be a reason, right, deeper than what we're being shown for why Ange Postecoglou chose to change 9 players today. There has to be a bigger reason why. I'm sorry, there's no manager in their right mind, right? Yeah, who's actually got a brain, because it does look like Ange has got a brain on him, right? It looks like he knows his football. It looks like he knows what he's doing in terms of motivation, tactics, right? It does look like he knows what he's doing, right? But to do that just goes to show there's something more to it. Whether that's his incompetence or naivety, right? For me, I believe there's something a lot more to it, Iggy.
But look, for me, and I'm going to use something that Brian said earlier on. He said, look, if you want to make the changes. We know that Levy's probably put a little bit of pressure to try and use this as a window, as a shopping window for players, and we understand that. Nobody's stupid here. We understand all of that. But then, and I agree with what Brian said, don't sell it to us. Try and make it out. We're gonna, we play games to win. We go out there to win games. On that basis. And listen, at any level of football I've been involved with, to make 9 changes, you do it in 2 scenarios. One, in the World Cup, when you've gone through already and you've got 1 game to play and you don't want to risk injuries and you've changed your complete team, nothing to play. Win, lose or draw, it doesn't matter. You're through to the next round. Or you do it in pre-season, where you're giving everyone 45 minutes and then you're changing, making all these changes and so forth. That's the only time I've seen it. In a competitive league game, or in a cup game where you're in or out, You don't make that many changes,
No,
and
you don't.
not think for a minute that making these amount of changes can cost you the qualification, which ultimately it has done tonight. There's absolutely no way that thought process hasn't gone in mind. So I'm all for it. Under pressure, he's got to make the changes. He's got to put players on shop windows, what have you. This is the last opportunity he has. Then I'll say, do you know what? Do it against Bournemouth, because then, worst case scenario, if we lose points, we can make them up along the way with games to go. But in a cup game that we should be taking seriously, and our best chance of probably success, you've compromised it by doing this and then selling it to us by saying to us, we're going to win. We're playing to win. Don't do that, man.
Iggy, it literally makes no sense whatsoever. I just don't. Honestly, it makes no sense why he would have done that tonight.
That's why tonight I say to him, it's his. I have to blame him tonight.
Do you know, you have to blame him, right? But look, he's to blame for tonight. 1,000,000% he is to blame for tonight, because if there was an underlying issue or underlying reason why he did those changes, that's up to him to still make that decision to play those players and to make the substitutions that he made in the game, right? And again, the substitutions today were completely wrong. Like, he should have brought on the players as soon as he started seeing, even in the first half. I would have gone, do you know what? Fuck this. I'm putting on my first teamers right now. Bring on Maddison. Bring on the whole lot, right? Get Emerson off. Get Sanchez off. Get them all off. Put Romero on. Just get them on, because that was it. For me, I in my head, right, after watching what Fulham did to Arsenal, right, at the Emirates, right, there was no way we were winning that game unless our full team were playing. No way in hell. No way in hell, right? We had to play the full strength 11 for us to even have a chance of beating Fulham at Craven Cottage, because they're not a pushover. They're a good team. They've got some good players in their team, right? Look what they did to Arsenal. Arsenal were one of the best teams in England last year, right? So I don't buy this. Like, why Ange thinks that those players could have done a job tonight. I mean, who knows? Who knows if it is the naivety in him? But do you know what? The only positive I can take from tonight is I hope that now just that one game proves to Ange those players he cannot trust. He cannot trust for any time this season as a collective, as those players as a whole, to play in a game. Maybe one or two you can bring in and out of the team, like Lascelles. So he was again awful tonight, right? Look, it's
when was the last time we won a game with Emerson, Davis and Sanchez all in the same team? When was the last time we won a game?
I don't even know when we last won a game with those players. I mean, look, I just hope Mickey van der Ven's not injured, because for me, he's been probably one of our best players this season. It looks like, again, like people keep saying, oh, look, we've got Maddison now, we've filled Ericsson, but it's exactly the same situation, right? As soon as you take Maddison out, we can't pass a ball, we can't string anything together. It's the same situation as before. Nothing's changed. All we've done is we finally replaced Ericsson. But then what happens when Maddison's injured or when Maddison is out of the team? Look what happens. This is what happens. This is exactly what happens. We can't even string two passes together. We look like we're playing Conte ball tonight. Like, it was ridiculous. And this is what I get so annoyed by the fan base, right? Because I've seen so many fans bigging up all these players. Look at what we're doing with Ange. And I'm like, yeah, it's good, right? But calm the fuck down. Like, what? Literally, calm the fuck down. Like, this is what you're going to see tonight. You're going to see shit like this all season, because we do not have a strong enough squad. And I keep banging on about this because people keep saying, oh, no, we've done enough. It's all right. But it's not. As soon as you take out one of those players,
drop Son, play Perisic, drop Kulu, play Solomon.
Do you know what, Iggy?
How many times have we been hearing this?
Iggy, do you know what? Right, I'm not even joking. Tonight I realized
the levels, man.
Do you know what? Tonight I realized, and I know, look, Kulusevski hasn't been playing well this season. I know he's got a goal and 2 assists or something so far this season. So that's not bad in numbers wise, but his overall play has not been great. But after him coming on tonight, it actually goes to show the level of how much we actually need Kulusevski playing. Like, for me, I was like, Jesus Christ, the drop in the level was madness. I was like, and this is someone who I like Kulusevski, right? But I can clearly see that the last year he hasn't been good, right? But you can just see the
He's
drop
the
in
best
the
option
level.
we got. He's the best option we got.
But
This
that's worrying. That's worrying, Iggy. And Tottenham fans are sitting there talking like Brennan Johnson's going to be our fucking saviour, like he's Gareth Bale or something. I mean, if we sign Brennan Johnson for £50 million, I swear to God, this club is finished. It's finished. Right, Brennan Johnson is a bang average player, and I do not want to see Tottenham sign him for £50 million. Do not, because if people think that he's going to be the answer to our solutions, just look at what we did in the defense tonight, right? That's where still the biggest problem lies, in that defense. We can't do anything defensively. If Porro and Van de Ven, Romero and Udogie are not playing, if they're not playing, we're useless. We're absolutely useless at the back.
We need a centre back and a striker, 2 quality players.
That's exactly what I would go for, Iggy. Centre back and a striker. For me, yeah, Richarlison again tonight, right? Apart from his goal and his stupid advert he did for the kits today, right? For those disgusting kits, right? I'm sorry, all I see is him doing this stupid little pigeon, this stupid little pigeon thing, right? To advertise the kit, and the guy can't even score goals, right? And tonight he scored a goal, but what else did he do the whole match? He was useless. He was absolutely useless. He couldn't control the ball. He couldn't pass the ball. He couldn't do anything, right? And again, it's not enough. It's just not enough. He's not offering enough to the team, right? As what he should be doing. If he's not scoring goals, he should be creating. He should be at least pressing a lot more. He should be doing a lot more than what he's offering. And this is the biggest worry for me, because what happens, Iggy, if we're all relying on Son now to be our striker? What happens if Son's injured? Then what? We're going to have Dane Scarlett as our striker for the rest of the season. I mean, it's honestly, yeah, we're gonna another 19-year-old who's got no Premier League experience. It's just honestly, it's just unbelievable the way that fans think that we're in a good state at the moment. We just sold Harry Kane, and people think that things are going to be all rosy. I mean, it's madness, absolute madness. Like I don't even know. For me,
and breathe, Danny.
Barry, Nick, I am just praying that we can manage to sign 2 or 3 players in the next couple of days. Because if we don't,
Brennan Johnson, Clement Longley.
No, don't. I don't want to see Brennan Johnson come through the door.
All I know now is Danny's about to go out and deliver a load of milk tray in Amsterdam. The way that he's dressed, Mr. Milk
I'm in my work shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
But look, I don't want to take too much of your time up because I know there's Jory's still in the back with KPV. But look, final thoughts for me for tonight. I kind of expected it after seeing that team sheet. I think we need a few more signings. We need another kind of Van der Ven-esque type of defender. And what I mean by that is we need another big type of modern-day centre-back, quick, who's strong. Look, Tosin is out there. He's ready. Go and get him. I would play him in a heartbeat in this team, I think, over all of those centre-backs. I mean, Romero's been good this season so far, and long may it continue. But we need a striker as well. I think they're the 2 positions. If we go for another winger, I mean, it's just on. I don't even know what this club is thinking anymore. And look, Højbjerg as well. It's just another one skip, another one useless. We've got too many bang average players. Is what Alex Davis always like saying. Bang average, bruv. Bang average, bruv. Right? But do you know what? Look, we have to just wait and see what happens. But I'm not expecting much, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to say to Tottenham fans, don't expect anything this season, because we are not going to do absolutely anything for the season. I think I'd bite your hand off to finish in the top half this season. Honestly, the way that this we're going at the moment, because we cannot sustain that football for the rest of the season just to rely on those 11 players, because 1 or 2 of them, if not 3, are going to get injured at some point, and we're going to have to rely on the Sanchez's, the Davises, the Lo Celsos, the Solomons, and then what? What's going to happen then? Like, I don't even know. But look, let's see what I want to hear what Jory has to say as well. So I'm going to let you guys go.
Thank you.
But yeah.
Well,
anyway,
thank you, Danny.
Yeah, boys, have a good evening. Take it easy, boys.